Heartbreaking news for Prince Harry, arrested for misuse and embezzlement of Invictus Games funds. Imagine this. A prince once hailed as a modern royal hero. Uniform pressed, medals gleaming, smile beaming as he stood beside wounded warriors. Now, shackled in silver cuffs, whisked away under flashing cameras and the brutal glare of public shame. Before we continue, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell for updates. Sounds like a movie? It's not. This is the explosive, and yes, utterly heartbreaking, reality facing Prince Harry after his shock arrest for allegedly misusing and embezzling funds from the very charity he once called his life's purpose, the Invictus Games. Let that sink in. This wasn't just a charity gig. This was the crown jewel of his post-royal identity, his redemption arc. His mission to uplift war heroes while carving out his own legacy far from palace politics. But now, that legacy is under siege. And the world is watching every twist unravel like a slow-motion train wreck. So what really happened behind the palace gates and charity boardrooms? How did the beloved People's Prince become a headline in handcuffs? And is this the final straw for the Sussex brand? Buckle up, because this story has more plot twists than a royal Netflix drama. And yes, it all starts with the one thing Harry thought he could never lose. Our trust, the rise of the People's Prince, and the birth of Invictus. Before the scandals, before Megxit, before memoirs and Oprah and Spotify flops, there was Harry, the cheeky, rough-around-the-edges prince who stole hearts with his disarming grin and hard-on-sleeve charm. Unlike his polished older brother, William, Harry was the relatable one, the wild card. The one who got caught playing strip billiards in Vegas, but also walked through Afghan minefields with amputee soldiers. And out of that chaos came something unexpected, a sense of purpose. In 2014, Harry launched the Invictus Games, an international sporting event for wounded veterans. Think Paralympics meets Royal Goodwill. And it worked. Like, brilliantly. The media loved it. Veterans praised it. Sponsors poured money into it. And Harry? For the first time, he wasn't despair. He was the architect of something genuinely meaningful. He cried at the games. He cheered from the sidelines. He even raced wheelchairs with injured soldiers. It was raw. It was human. It was everything the royal family typically wasn't. Invictus was more than a project. It was his purpose, which makes what's happened now all the more gut-wrenching. Because the very charity that once made Harry a global icon may now be the one that breaks him. And the signs? They were there all along. But no one wanted to believe it. The rumblings begin, whispers in the charitable shadows. You know how scandals don't erupt, they simmer? That's exactly what happened here. For months, there were murmurs. Small things. Background noise. An unpaid invoice here. A canceled training camp there. Whispers of delayed reimbursements for veterans. Suppliers who mysteriously stopped working with the games. But hey, post-COVID economy, right? Things were tough. Costs were up. Fundraising was down. Except, the Sussexes weren't exactly hurting, were they? Multi-million-dollar Netflix deals. Mansion life in Montecito. Private jets. High-end security. So when reports surfaced that a few injured veterans had to pay out of pocket to attend the games last year, eyebrows began to raise. Especially when insiders leaked that several key staff had quietly resigned from the Invictus Foundation without explanation. Suddenly, the whispers turned into something sharper, more cynical. Was the money being mismanaged? Or worse, was it being redirected? And that's when the real bombshell dropped. The audit no one saw coming. In late September, an independent financial watchdog received an anonymous tip. A whistleblower from inside the Invictus Games Foundation, someone high up. They alleged serious irregularities in the way funds were being allocated, reported, and used. What kind of irregularities? Well, let's just say the details were eye-popping. First-class flights charged as mental health transport. A $120,000 consulting fee paid to an undisclosed Montecito-based firm, allegedly owned by a Sussex family friend. Lavish event planning costs for venues that never hosted anything. Reimbursements for security teams linked not to Invictus venues, but to private Sussex appearances. And it wasn't just 1 year. It was a pattern. Over 3 consecutive financial cycles, the same red flags kept appearing. Inflated costs, vague paper trails, and a shocking lack of oversight. It didn't take long for the UK's Charity Commission to launch a formal investigation. And when they did, they discovered something even worse. Missing funds, to the tune of £4.7 million. Gone. Just vanished. Or so it seemed. Because a trail, however faint, was beginning to lead somewhere. Or rather, to someone. The arrest heard round the world. It happened in London. 7:42 a.m. Prince Harry, in the UK for a private charity event, was taken into custody by the Metropolitan Police's Financial Crimes Unit. Quietly, discreetly, but not before someone, no one knows who, tipped off the press. By 8:03 a.m., the headlines exploded. Prince Harry arrested for embezzlement. Royal scandal rocks Invictus Games. And the worst one? The People's Prince falls from grace. The arrest sent shockwaves through every corner of the media landscape. Even diehard Sussex supporters were rattled. Because this wasn't tabloid gossip. This was a criminal investigation. And it wasn't about petty cash or minor misstatements. It was about trust. Public trust. Veteran trust. The kind of trust that can take years to build and seconds to destroy. And for Harry, it may have just shattered. What Meghan knew, and when she knew it. Cue the speculation. Where was Meghan when it all went down? Was she blindsided? Or was she complicit? According to palace sources, the kind who love a good leak, Meghan was not present during the arrest. She remained in California with the children. But her legal team issued a swift statement. The Duchess of Sussex is unaware of any financial wrongdoing and has not been involved in the operations or finances of the Invictus Games Foundation. Notice the wording. Unaware. Not involved. Not exactly a passionate defense, is it? And what about their shared company Archwell? It reportedly received $500,000 in cross-promotional grants from Invictus. Grants now under review. Coincidence? Or conflict of interest? Royal watchers and legal experts are divided. But one thing's clear. If Meghan didn't know, she's going to be furious. And if she did, let's just say things could get a whole lot messier. Because the FBI is watching too. What's next? A royal reckoning or redemption? So what now? Prince Harry has been released on bail pending further investigation. His legal team insists he is innocent and eager to clear his name. But the damage? It's already done. Sponsors are pulling out of next year's Invictus Games. Veterans are demanding transparency. And the British public, already skeptical of the Sussex's Hollywood turn, are calling this the final betrayal. There's even talk of the palace stripping Harry of his remaining honorary titles if he's formally charged. And remember that potential U.S. citizenship he was rumored to be pursuing? Yeah. Criminal charges tend to complicate those things. So is this the end of Prince Harry's post-royal legacy? Or could it be the ultimate test of character? The comeback arc? The redemption story? Let's be honest, Harry has always been a fighter. Not polished, not perfect, but resilient. And if he can face this storm head-on, with transparency, humility, and yes, actual accountability, he just might salvage the one thing he's losing fastest. Not his freedom, his credibility. What can we learn from the Sussex scandal? Okay, deep breath. This is wild, sad, infuriating, shocking, but also weirdly instructive. Because this story isn't just about royalty, or celebrity, or the seduction of fame. It's about accountability. It's about remembering that good intentions, while noble, mean nothing without follow-through. It's about asking hard questions, even of the people we admire. It's about realizing that even princes can fall prey to the very things they swore to fight. Ego, entitlement, and the belief that they're untouchable. And maybe, just maybe, it's about choosing our heroes more wisely. Or better yet, becoming our own. Final thoughts. The fall of a prince, or the start of a reckoning. Prince Harry's arrest isn't just a scandal. It's a cautionary tale. A gut-punch reminder that no one, no matter how charming, well-intentioned, or royal, is above scrutiny. But it's also a rare moment of truth. Because if Harry can own up to this, if he can be vulnerable, accountable, and rebuild with integrity, then maybe the Invictus Games can rise again too. Stronger, cleaner, realer, because that's what the veterans deserve. That's what the public deserves. And maybe, deep down, it's what Harry deserves too. But the clock is ticking, and the next move is his. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Is this the end of Harry's redemption arc, or just a brutal wake-up call? Do you think he was blindsided by bad advisors? Or was he always more reckless than we realized? Backhand index pointing down, drop your thoughts in the comments. Share this article with someone who's been following the royal drama. Woman detective, and keep your eyes peeled. Because if this scandal has taught us anything, it's that the truth always finds a way to the surface.